Hello there, YouTubers. This is Robert Llewellyn. This is Telly Talk 2. There is a big story, basically, to talk about Telly Talk this week, which is the viacom they are suing YouTube for $1 billion. I'm sure you've all heard about it. Anyone who uses YouTube, I'm sure, will be aware of that. Because they've got something like 760,000 clips that people have copied off their tellies and put onto YouTube. And I don't watch that stuff, actually. One thing I do watch is the Craig Ferguson, the Late Late Show, which we wouldn't be able to see in this country anyway. Partly because he's very funny, and very witty, and very quite daring, really, I think, for American TV. And also, I know him. He was in Red Dwarf. Craig Ferguson, I must have met, first of all, it's got to be 25 years ago, I guess. He's kind of my age, quite old. He might be a couple of years younger than me. He's a very nice guy, very nice man. And I haven't seen him for years. I didn't know where he was. And he's a massive star in America. So there you go. You always think these people have disappeared off the face of the earth, and then you discover they're huge. But he's a very good case in point that I heard someone mention the other day, because since his clips have been on YouTube, he's on CBS, isn't he? Since his clips have been on YouTube, his audience share has risen by 7%. So people have seen him on YouTube and gone, oh, I'll watch that, he's good. Viacom, on the other hand, have decided that they can't abide all this stuff, and they're huge tower blocks full of lawyers. Have got to do something, haven't they? Because that's what those companies are. They're massive legal firms that have a very small arm that actually produces television. So it's just huge amounts of lawyers have got to be supported. So they've got to sue someone. So they're suing YouTube. I mean, YouTube, now being owned by Google, can afford 10 of those. I mean, there's no problem financially. It's not, YouTube isn't going to disappear because of that. What I think, as YouTube viewers, we can do is not watch any of Viacom's output, even if it's been stolen off the telly and shoved up on YouTube. And it is interesting when you look at those lists of most viewed, most popular, most blah blah blah. Very often you'll see an interesting clip of someone you think, oh, that looks good. Click on it, and all it is something they've recorded off the telly. It's not something they made themselves. And I immediately go, oh, boring. I can watch that anyway. I want to watch something that someone's made, especially for YouTube. And I think that's what will happen. More stuff will be made directly for YouTube, certainly from this quarter. So why put up stuff? Why copy stuff off the TV and shove it up there? I'm quite glad sometimes. I mean, I missed a show on global warming, the global warming conspiracy. It was on Channel 4 a couple of weeks ago, and I missed it. I was really cross because I wanted to see that. And a journalist I spoke to sent me a link, and I downloaded it on BitTorrent and watched it. And it was better quality than the television would have been. It was unbelievable quality. It was a very big file. I think it was nearly a gigabyte. Actually, it was more than a gigabyte. It was one and a half gigs. So it took quite a while. I just did it overnight. Watched it the next day. Cool. So that's Telly Talk 2. I'm going to start doing Telly Talks as a proper little strand that are going to appear both here on YouTube and on LuTube, which is about to be launched quite soon, I hope. And I'll tell you about that when it happens. Until then, absolutely nothing is happening. Any rumours are false.